So Richard, we're going to walk you through something kind of interesting here today, and we're going to do this live, okay? We're going to talk about YouTube and how YouTube gets indexed by Google in really interesting ways, okay? And what we're going to do is make a YouTube video. We're going to put it into your YouTube channel. We're going to drop it onto your website as a blog, okay? We're going to reference it of, hey, here's something we did of an interview today, and this is the first video. So we're doing this video as a proof of this whole process. Got it?
Right.
Okay, so inside your Slack channel, and pull it up here, you talk about some roofing here, some pictures, right? So we're going to go through it really quick, and we're just going to talk about a couple of these pictures about your history as well. So this is kind of like your interview plus training on YouTube, okay? So from my own personal experience, that is a crazy angle. Tell me the history.
Well, there's an entire neighborhood that was put together in Anmore, called Anmore Village, near Port Coquitlam, I guess above Port Coquitlam. And it is basically a neighborhood of that was about 5 years old and all $4 million homes. And the entire village was in a lawsuit with the builder because the roofer they used came in and every single house had one of these and other high water volume areas on the roof that were done with a rubber membrane called EPDM.
Okay.
The problem with it now, the owner of this house was the only owner who did not join in the lawsuit. Instead, he just paid $1,000 for me to come and fix the problem because water was pouring in all the homes.
So, and so, because everybody here doesn't have your background, an introduction to Richard is a Red Seal roofer. He lives in Port McNeill, northern tip of Vancouver Island, and he services that area plus others. And this is a remote job that he went in that everybody watch what happens. On the west coast of Canada, it rains relentlessly nonstop. So all the water hits here, comes down to here. And what, anybody who knows a bit of construction knows, this is an insane angle down, an insane angle down, an insane angle down. So it means all of the water is going to hit right here. And what Richards is explaining is the original roofer that did all this did a rubber membrane that just the water just said, yeah, we're gonna back up, because what happens is when you get this much water, it backs up underneath all of these shingles.
Yeah, so with that angle, the problem wasn't with capillary action. The problem was first of all, to understand that EPDM, when it's ordered, you can order it the size of a football field. They had a 25-foot square area that had a seam running up it. So they really did use scraps of rubber with a seam. Now, if you scroll up, you can see the picture of the rubber seam that's wide open. So if you scroll back up, you'll see that's the completed project. That's the completed product.
Okay.
So if you scroll back up the Slack channel, you'll see what led up to the job. You'll recognize it right away. Keep going. Yeah, a little more. Yeah, keep going. You'll see it. You'll see it.
And I'm actually going carefully because the way the stupid thing about Slack is is touchy. If I don't go
okay, so here we are. Okay. Now you see that picture with my hand here in the bottom?
Okay, I'm gonna get
flip through to next. There.
Okay.
So this is the rubber seam, which uses a glue that it deteriorates in UV. Now this happened to this portion of the roof happened to be facing directly south, got sun all day long. The glue turned to lacquer, the seam opened wide open, and this is where water from all of that area you talked about was rushing in and pouring down into that seam.
Okay.
Now, another problem, if you scroll over, if you just flip over to one of the other pictures,
Yeah.
where you saw the valley metal coming down, the
Okay.
rubber also shrinks. And as it shrunk, it ripped on the valley, the metal valley, which came down to here. And so the valley poured all the water straight into a hole in the rubber that was ripped as it
Oh, right
shrunk
here.
out from under the metal,
So
up
right
higher,
about here. Oh, right here.
right there. That's
Okay.
where the metal valley came down and pinched right into the corner. So when the rubber shrunk out from under it, it tore
Oh.
the rubber, and the water literally came down the valley straight into the hole. Any water that didn't go in that hole poured across into the seam, which ran basically where the box is. And
Yeah.
it was just pouring water into a 5-year-old, $4 million home. This, in my opinion, is what should have been done to begin with. So I removed all the shingles. I bathtubed it in with the Pro board, or the HAL board as it's called,
Okay.
mechanically fastened. You can go back another, go back
Yeah.
to the other photo of that.
Yeah.
Keep clicking. Keep clicking. And that's why it's good to get these photos into order, actually, also.
Yeah.
So now this here is now that Pro board that
Okay.
I've got backed up with the tar paper, put the Pro board down, then sealed it with a 180 base sheet, flam base sheet.
Yeah.
Then the next picture on the right, to the right, is the bottom capped. And then the final picture was the first one we were looking at, where the whole thing is bathtubed in with cap and all the shingles replaced back on, sealed up and functional.
And this is where everything that this man is recommending here, for anybody watching this video, if I click on About on Raincoast Roofing and the About Us here, okay, Richard holds a certificate of apprenticeship and certificate of qualification. He is a Red Seal roofer. Just like you have a Red Seal chef, well, Richard's a Red Seal roofer. So for anybody in the Tri-Port area, Port Hardy, Port McNeill, Port Alberni, that's watching this video, give Richard a call. His website is raincoastroofing.ca. Okay. Now, with that, we're going to switch back to what the heck are we doing here, Richard? We're recording this video, right, Ferry?
Mhm.
And then we're going to drop it into your Slack channel so the rest of the team can work on it. And we're going to post it up into your YouTube. So remember, we made that Google My Business profile and a separate, proper profile for raincoastroofing.ca that's separate from your personal stuff. That's where this is going to go. And then we're going to take that video once it's in YouTube and we're going to reference it here. We're going to drop it into your site under About Us here. Okay. And why would we do all of this work? It's because when you go to Google and you type in something like roofing Port Hardy, watch what comes up first in Google. Well, Google's own maps, right? But you know what comes up second, but there's nothing in here right now? Video. There's nobody doing video. There's no YouTube things about roofing Port Hardy. I'll bet you if you go to YouTube and type in roofing Port Hardy, it's just not going to be there. So the reason most small businesses don't do this kind of stuff or have this infrastructure is they just simply don't have a team like us, right? Or have the infrastructure to do it. So if we type in roofing Port Hardy.
Thank you.
I would, right? I would bet you're going to be actually the first Port Hardy roofing video that's ever been uploaded into YouTube.
Yeah, great.
Right. So what's going to happen? That's why when we talked about, I said that, when we do this work, you're definitely going to be shown in the Tri-Port area. And this is how we're going to do it. Okay, so you stop recording, Shane. You're going to upload this into Richard's YouTube, right?
All right.